What is up, Bears fans? This is another episode of Beared Down Uncut. I'm Jaylen McClinton, co-founder and writer for Beared Down. In this episode, I will be talking about 3 potential cornerbacks we could potentially look in the NFL draft. I have one corner that might not be there at 43, but this is one of my favorite corner prospects, and if we get him, this would be an absolute steal. And 2 more prospects that the Bears have met with and that are going to be potentially there at 43 or later. Now, my first cornerback is Trayvon Diggs. He's a corner from Alabama. He's the brother of Stephon Diggs, who's the former Vikings wide receiver, current Bill wide receiver. He's 6'2". He's a junior. He's a senior. He's a converted wide receiver. And I kind of like that from a corner that used to play wide receiver, because they can study a wide receiver. You know, they used to play that position, so they can know what type of release they're doing. How the way their hips are gonna go. They basically can study a wide receiver like they were playing it. He played 1 year at wide receiver for Alabama before he was converted to DB. So he's been playing DB at Alabama for 3 years, and 3 years at DB, he's had 43 tackles and 4 interceptions. He had 3 interceptions in his senior year at Alabama. He might not potentially be there at 43, but I definitely like him as a player. He's a great zone corner. He's 6'2", so he brings size to the cornerback position. He will instantly come in and be one of our tallest cornerbacks. Kyle Fuller's only like 5'11", 5'10", but him coming in the second round would be definitely a big upgrade. We released Prince Amukamara, and we really don't know who's going to be the cornerback 2 opposite Kyle Fuller. We have Kevin Tolliver, who's personally one of my favorite cornerbacks on the roster right now. I definitely think he can come in and compete for that number 2 spot. But we have Trey Robertson and a bunch of other corners like Stephen Denmark, Duke Shelley, who we really don't know what we're going to get out of him. So if Pace feels like there's a need at cornerback and he can fight it at Trayvon Diggs, especially if he's on the board at 43 or 50, then you can definitely see him taking him. My next prospect is Cameron Dantzler. He's from Mississippi State. He's also 6'2". He's a junior. In 3 years at Auburn, he's had 78 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. Now, the Bears have actually met with Cameron Dantzler. He's a projected 2nd to 3rd round pick, so he potentially could definitely be there at 43 or 50. If Pace feels like he likes this guy, we can potentially trade back, accumulate more draft picks, because we really don't have any draft picks like that. We just traded a 4th round compensatory pick for Nick Foles. So, any picks can help, especially with Pace, because he likes trading up. We only have 7 picks this year. We have 2 picks in the second round. So if he feels like there's not nobody there at 50 or 43, then he can trade back and get more draft picks and pick somebody that he wanted originally. So Cameron Dantzler is my second prospect. Like I said, he's a longer corner, 6'2". Like I said, this can bring competition. Like I said before, we really don't know what we're gonna get out of Kevin Tolliver, Duke Shelley, Stephen Denmark. Buster Scrine's going to be he slotted in at the slot corner. So if Pace feels like this is his guy, trade back and get Cameron Dantzler at whatever we trade back for, stay put at 50 and draft him. My third and my last corner is Javaris Davis. Now, he's a little bit different from Trayvon Diggs and Cameron Dantzler. He's not a projected early pick. He's projected to go later in the draft. He's a 4th to 6th round pick. The Bears have also met with him. He's a redshirt senior. He spent 5 years at Auburn. He didn't play his freshman year. So in 4 years of playing at Auburn, he's had 115 tackles and 8 interceptions. He's had 2 interceptions every year since he's been, starting. Now, he's 5'8", but at the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.39, which is blazing speed. He's probably going to be a slot cornerback, rather than the outside. And competition is there, especially if you get him like the 6th round or 4th round. Or we don't have a 4th round pick, but the 5th, 6th round. This definitely can be give competition to Duke Shelley, who was a former 6th round pick last year out of Kansas State, or maybe push Buster Screen for his start. I highly doubt that though, because we're paying Buster Screen a decent amount of money to be our starting slot corner. Plus, he's a veteran. But just bringing him in could give more competition. Depth is always here, or I'm pretty sure NFL team wants competition, wants cornerback depth, because you don't know when one of your cornerbacks can get hurt, be out for the season, and you have a person that you're very high on that can step in and take those snaps. So those are my 3 cornerback prospects, and Javaris Davis out of Auburn, Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama, and Cameron Dantzler, I think that's how you pronounce it, out of Mississippi State. The person I would definitely want if I had to choose one is Trayvon Diggs. Like I said before, I don't think he's gonna be there at 43. I'm praying to God he is, but if he's maybe there at 40, Pace can potentially draft up. I don't want Pace to draft up. But if that's his guy, I actually don't think if we met with Trayvon Diggs, I have to look that up after this episode. But then that would definitely be a great pick. He's a long 6'2" corner. He's great in zone, can play man. He's a good tackler to be a cornerback, and it would just definitely be exciting to see him play on the opposite side of Kyle Fuller. Now that's my who I think that we should draft, or 3 prospects that Pace is probably definitely looking into. Thanks for watching, and bear down. Peace.